All around the world, all over the place, everybody has some kind of UFO evidence, and we have compiled some of the best UFO evidence that we could find across the entire internet that is new, not really seen that much, hasn't quite done the rounds yet, that could prove that that we're not alone in this universe. And you know, it's an absolute cluster out there of, you know, chaos and UFO mysteries, and just, are we any closer to finding out what's actually out there? We're about to find out. But shout out to the guys in the chat so far. What are we saying? But I have, like I said, compiled some of the greatest UFO evidence to be compiled on the goddamn internet, and I truly think that we could be stumbling across some crazy things, and some of the more recent incidents, especially where there's something out there. But shout out to Alex, who Alex, it's been a long time since we've seen you. How's it going? But we're gonna jump straight into it, no mucking about. So the first one: aliens land at Holloman Air Base, caught on film. Let's get it.
That's at Holloman Air Force Base.
What did you see, Mr. Shuttle?
I saw footage of 3 disc-shaped crafts. One of the crafts landed and 2 of them went away.
Why did it land?
It appeared to be in trouble because it oscillated all the way down to the ground. A sliding door opened, the ramp was extended, and out came 3 aliens. They were human-sized, they had odd gray complexion and a pronounced nose. They wore tight-fitting jumpsuits, thin headdresses that appeared to be communication devices. In their hands, they held a translator. A Holloman base commander and other Air Force officers went out to meet them.
You actually saw these aliens on the film?
Yes.
This film footage sounded very, very special, and we wanted to use it as the ending of our television special. At the last minute, the film was confiscated, and we lost the whole finale of our show. But what I saw and heard was enough to convince me that, you know, the phenomenon of UFOs is real, very real.
What did your superior officers tell you?
I was told it was theatrical footage the Air Force has purchased to make a training film.
Land.
There you go. I mean, you can't really, like, it's just crazy. Every time around the world, whenever there's someone who's got some UFO footage, it gets recorded, it gets put out there, and then everyone's like, oh, this is great, we've got UFO footage. But no, it all goes absolutely Pete Tong when people find out about this footage. They climb into this thing, and then they're like, no, you can't have that footage, we're just going to take that away. The higher ups come in and they're like, I'm going to take that footage away from you. You don't get that footage, because, you know, this could prove what we have, you know, what we don't want people to know. And also, I've seen in the chat here, Del Boy's saying hearsay. Absolutely, this is second-hand accounts, isn't it? This is just second-hand accounts, and, you know, there is no actual evidence to back up the claims that are being made within the video. But I don't know, that's where all the whistleblowers come from, isn't it? You've got the likes of David Grush, you've got the likes of Bob Lazar. Everything that we've heard from those guys is just hearsay from the time being, isn't it? Like, even when he made his like first kind of you know, public whistleblowing statement, it was all hearsay knowledge. It wasn't really backed with evidence. But Patrice Smith saying, first time caught you live. We will shout out to you for making it to the live. Thank you. Hello to all the mods as well. We've got Jasmine, Haley. We've got Max. Hello, Max. How are you? So, on to the next clip. I've got a few clips lined up for you guys. It's an absolute cluster of clips these days. So, the next thing that we are going to... Bob Lazar isn't hearsay. That's a bit of a hot topic, because... you know, he's not really come out with much evidence, and that I've seen anyway. I could be absolutely wrong, but we're going to go on to the next one. So this one was fairly new, actually, and it was a UFO that was sighted in New York City. Dominus, no, I know that you like to see it, so I'm not going to put anything away, thank you. But this was a cigar UFO that was sighted in NYC. So we're going to take a little look at this. You know, definitely one of the more legitimate UFO videos that I've seen out there. But tell me what you guys think. Obviously it goes very quick, so you've got to be on the ball with it. So that last clip was what shot across the frame at the top. Take a little look again. There it is, shooting across up there. I saw Dominus say, how do I send one in? Well, you've just talked about a willy, so I hope you're not sending one of them in, but if you are, laneyandben@gmail.com. And if it's UFO evidence, I don't want it. Ha ha! We're on fire tonight. No, send it to laneyandben@gmail.com. Anyway, yeah, what's your thoughts on this one? I mean, very quick. I don't know how this photo seems very clear for how quick it shot past. So I'm not convinced that this is actually what went across. Yeah. Like, it even says here, this is extremely slowed down. So, I don't know. You dog. I'm not sure about that one, whether it's a true UFO clip or not. But it's an interesting one, nonetheless. Definitely done the rounds. It was, it wasn't even meant as... I believe this clip was actually an extended clip from someone's, like, Instagram post or something. And they just posted it not thinking anything of it, and then someone saw this, clipped it down, and then posted just this part here with the UFO stuff going on. But I don't know, it's an interesting one nonetheless. Close up looks like a horseshoe. Very interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting point actually. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next clip here. So the next thing that we're going to look at is this very interesting clip. Now I've got this like kind of version here, and I've got another version instead. But this was a blue UFO, or looks like a UFO with blue lights on it, in Arizona. Now this one really kind of threw me off because I had absolutely no clue what it was. Well, that's all I've got to really say at the moment. Just had no clue what it was. But we're going to take another little look. Full size that mofo. And we go.
So if you're in Scottsdale right now, near McDowell and Hayden Road, you're going to see this thing in the sky. We don't know what it is. It'd be cool if we did. If you do, please leave a comment to say exactly what the hell I'm looking at.
Now, I've watched this clip a few times over. No, like, it's clearly not a plane or a typical kind of craft, because these like strobe lights kind of like dotting about all over the place. It's
so
just,
if you're in Scottsdale right now near...
But what I can't tell is if it's lights that are flickering on and off, or if it's one solid light that, because of the shutter rate of the camera, is just kind of like worming and blocking it out. I couldn't quite work that part out.
McDowell and Hayden Road, you're going to see this thing in the sky. We don't know what it is. It'd be cool if we did. If you do, please leave a comment to say exactly what the hell I'm looking at.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's looking at, but it's an interesting clip. But I did see, here it is. This is just like a small clip of it, but there is an extended clip right here. So this is F-15 fighter jet. I don't know, what was that? Oh, F-15 fighter jet flying by a UFO in Scottsdale, Arizona, USA, March 2024. So here is the extended version of what you've just seen, and it might add a little bit of context, I guess, to some crazy things. Hey, Sean. So these were some snaps of, I'm missing out the text of the book. So I was walking my dog back to my apartment, and then I saw this strange blue light. This is the same blue light that we saw in the last clip, by the way, for anyone.
Yeah, no idea. Wow, look at that, it's moving. It's so weird. You can see the planes going, but the light is, it's kind of like streaking. So weird. And the camera is like, yeah, the camera is,
Hey, Ricardo.
Dude, what the? It's like two things.
yeah.
What?
Now you can kind of
see
see.
that?
Yeah, I see it. It's so weird.
Are you watching it like in the camera? Like, yeah. You're just like, what the fuck, dude?
What in the flying fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Wait, is there?
Hey, I got to stop this for a second because I've seen Dominus once again saying that he said, I sent a video that is most definitely not a willy, or at least I hope not. Maybe a space willy, but I mean, if it is a willy, thanks, and if it's not, then also thanks. Can I, either way, when I open the email, can I share it in a video? Can I do it as a blind reaction? So then when the video comes out, it's like everyone's like a surprise. Anyway, let's crack on with the clip.
No, there's not a mountain in here. What the? It's moving down. It's moving down. It's moving down.
Oh, yeah?
Why is it going down,
Oh shit.
bro?
Yeah, I'm recording
It's
all
going
of
back
this.
up. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, right? That cannot be like anything. Like, it cannot be like drones or something. Yeah, now it's like separating.
But do we see how it's, again, I can't tell if it's shutter rate or if it's actually the lights. I've just realised that it's not actually on that, my bad. You've just watched me for a whole like moment, just watch a clip. So you can see this part here is like, you didn't really miss much, but if you look at the clip,
What is that, dude? My brain doesn't even.
That's exactly what UFOs are, UAPs. Fucking hell.
I definitely think it's lights turning on and off, because you can see when up here, when it gets darker, you can still see the outline of the craft, which makes me think that it's, I don't know.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
What the hell is that?
Definitely an odd one. I've just seen Jasmine's comment. It definitely looks like, you know, when you get those, what are they? What are they? You know, when you rub your eyes and it's like you can see it, but you can never fully, it like never stops moving. It's, forgotten what it's called. Eye worms? Is that it? Eye worms? It's interesting, but I don't know. It doesn't look like a typical satellite launch. The blue. I mean, when you compare it with the first footage that we showed, it definitely doesn't seem to kind of correlate in any way. Eye floaters. That's it. I've just seen it. Rachel in the chat. They are eye floaters. That's the one. So it doesn't seem to correlate with anything in particular. But let's move into the next clip, which is 2 UFOs spotted by an airplane passenger, USA, April 2024. So this video was shared by Jamie Mawson. I mean, he's not exactly the most reliable source. In case you don't know who, let me just make it full screen. In case you don't know who Jamie Mawson is, he is the guy that shared the Nazca mummies and things like that. He's, you know, he's not exactly known for having the best track record when it comes to sharing UFO stuff. I mean, he tried to convince Congress like 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 6 years ago, something like that, that he had alien bodies, and he was just completely laughed out of the room. And then obviously, you know, this is the far more recent incident where he shared these in the Mexican Congress last year. You know, he said that they were absolutely real alien bodies. He'd finally cracked the code. He's got these real alien bodies. There's no doubt that everyone saw this. But you know, he's not exactly the most reliable source. But you never know, do you? You never know. But he might have turned a new leaf. Let's crack on. So this was over Las Vegas. So one UFO seems to move slowly to the left while the second one remains stationary. Could that not just be... Obviously the plane is moving. So, you know, if the one to the left is actually stationary, would that not just kind of pan out of sight? And then you've got the one in... You got this one here, which... would, if it's moving at kind of a similar speed, or if it's at a further away distance because of, you know, physics and stuff, it just would look like it's not moving. Interesting. I mean, I've seen a good point here from Rachel. So Rachel goes on to say, is it not the light reflecting from the window on the other side? Now, obviously, that's a really good point, because obviously when you've got plane windows, you've got two like layers, and then you've got like the compressed bit in the middle. So, you know, as the light comes in, it will be dispersed, and then some will refract off of the other pane of glass and then bounce back out the window, which could give this illusion of two craft. I don't know. That's an interesting one, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a really, really good. That's a really good point, actually. I don't know. That's it. Gives food for thought on that one, actually. Definitely food for thought. Anything about the altitude, Jeremy? No, there was no kind of context about altitude or anything like that. But we're going to move on to the next clip. So this is UFO lights in V formation in USA, March 2024. Now, obviously, this is kind of, even by the thumbnail, it goes with this. What was was it Arizona as well, where there was that V shape? I'm just gonna have to Google it. I think it was Arizona. Arizona UFO incident. Yes, it was. Oh no, it's the Phoenix Lights. Yeah, Phoenix Lights. I think that was Arizona, but there was obviously this formation like this. And it's like one of the biggest unsolved UFO mysteries. Like, residents just looked up, and they were like, whoa, as they saw this triangular formation of lights. But let's take a little look. So the video was shared by Herman Always on Reddit and allegedly recorded in March 2024 somewhere in USA. Well, yeah, somewhere in the USA. No further information. You can definitely see that V shape here though, without a doubt. Wow. Hi, Grundle Cheese. Definitely see that triangular formation there, can't you? I can't imagine it was a flock of birds, because, I mean, the last time I checked, birds didn't have lights that came off them, and they didn't radiate light of any kind. Interesting. This is definitely like those Phoenix Lights. Look, so Del Boy's on the money here. He says Phoenix Lights were witnessed by 10,000 people, and all stories collaborated. The military said that it was landing flares from a landing craft, but these lights were stationary for over an hour. I think they were stationary for over 2 hours. I think it was like around 2 hours, 10 minutes that they were there for, before just miraculously disappearing. Now, obviously, the military would say that John Brown! Oh my God! John! I'm sorry, I've stopped mid sentence there, but John, I haven't seen John Brown for over a year, and John is an absolute legend. Hi John, how are you? So sorry for getting excited there, but yeah, the whole thing's just crazy. Definitely one of the more interesting clips. And I did see someone over here said there was also the Hudson Valley Boomerang. Now we're going to check out the Hudson Valley Boomerang. Can't chat. Oh, my phone's got 20% battery left. I hope it lasts. Oh, wow. Is this, obviously this is like generated imagery, but is this the actual footage? Oh, I'm going to see if I can find the footage, because that would be immense. Right, I've never heard of this case, so bear with me for the digression. I'm just going through and seeing what we can find. So, fear from above, chilling footage of football field-sized UFOs seen by multiple witnesses at paranormal hotspots as experts troubled. Okay. The Hudson Valley is a small town north of New York City. On December 31st, 1982, several witnesses claim they saw an unusual aircraft the size of a commercial jet in the shape of a V. These sightings mark the first of many UFO sightings in the area. Oh, wow. Wow, that's crazy. Look at this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them. Wow. That's crazy. Is there any... There is no footage of it, annoyingly, but there is... I mean, it was 1982 or something. 1980... Yeah, 1982, so I guess there wouldn't be. But it made it into the local paper, so that's pretty cool. Awesome. Gotta love it. Yeah, this is actual image of it. Insanity, man. Insanity. Hudson Valley was a major sighting. I've never known about it until today, so I guess you learn something new every day. Right, so we're going to move on to another clip. So this is a UFO sighting in 2024. Refresh the page so we can see it. Okay, so we've got no other context other than that, but let's give it a go.
The fact that I have, it's literally gonna go.
Oh my god!
It's coming.
What is it?
You know, it's literally YouTube. Go, bro, go!
I've got a feeling that that's just... Is that not just, like, a commercial airliner of some kind? Going, obviously, very, very slow. But, you know, if you look at it from here, especially later in the clip, we're not going to listen to her shout again. I'm not going to put you through that. But look at the lights flashing. Like, that's typical of a commercial airliner, right? Looks like a plane, yeah. I thought this just looks like a typical plane to me. A helicopter. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, it is a helicopter. You can definitely tell by the white base. You got the tail fin over here because of the bad quality. Yeah, because they would have those little bits like this. Can see its landing lights. Yeah. All right. We've debunked that one well and truly. Right, so this one is a diamond-shaped UFO, which has been seen in Aparecida do Norte, Sao Paulo, Brazil. I've definitely butchered that, so I do apologise to anyone that is Brazilian in the chat. Possibly a Chinook, maybe. Right.
Tá parado lá, meu. Olha. Tá muito longe isso. Olha só. Que isso? Como assim? Isso é com Marte. Olha só.
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. I get the vibe that it's computer generated because it just looks very crystal clear. Like if you look at the video here, the camera's like struggling hard to you know, manage this light source, whatever it is. So it's like faded and it's like very grainy, whereas this is crystal clear. And I can't imagine that the camera that can barely pick up the light source from about 10 feet away is going to be able to pick up this up in the sky crystal clear. What's everyone's take on my hot take? I just don't see it, personally. I'm just going to check at the chat. Let's see. Catkin, sorry, doesn't think that that's a helicopter. Interesting that. Helicopter, possibly a Chinook. Yeah, we're all kind of on the same page, I guess, with that one. Right, let's move on to the next clip. So the next one we've got is I found this one on Reddit, and we're gonna take a look at Reddit, and then we're gonna scroll through. So this one is.
It's not even there.
Don't lie.
I'm not chatting shit with you. It's not
You
even.
got it in the wrong place.
No, it's not there.
How is that even possible?
Is that it?
Don't lie.
I don't know how that was possible. I literally didn't have the video playing and it was still making noise. But anyway, let's take a little look at this.
It's not even there.
Don't lie.
I'm not chatting shit with you.
You obviously got it in the wrong place.
No, it's not there. Is that it? What the fuck is that?
Everyone's looking at it. I think it may be an advertisement. Have you got it on there?
What the fuck is that?
Have you got it on there?
Yeah.
Maybe it might be like a satellite, or
No.
Huh. So that's stabilized foot. Look how well that is stabilized, by the way. Interesting. What's your thoughts on that? Someone dangling a Dorito. God's up there and he's just dangling that Dorito. I don't know. I feel like the TR3B. Interesting. That could work. That could work. I mean, if anyone's not seen the TR3B, let's just show you that TR3B. So it's more typically, well, actually, if you remove the lights, you're onto a winner. But isn't that US tech? This is in England. That's a kite. Love it. I mean, this is a US military craft. So why would it be over the UK back in 2008? Interesting, isn't it? Very interesting. I don't know at all. I wanna get your hot takes on that one, but I mean, if you guys have got any kind of clips that you want me to take a little look at, obviously, shoot them at me and just tell me what, and we'll take a little Google and we'll watch it together. Oh, John, you've lost your spanner. Let me see if I can fix that for you. I don't think I can right now, but I promise that I will. Right, anyway, I'm going to move on while we're flabbing. And we're going to take a little look at this. So Representative Tim Burchett says someone on Capitol Hill urged him not to pursue UFO transparency because people couldn't handle it and there would be riots. He says consensus among congressmen is that UFOs are originate from a non-human intelligence. Okay, so let's listen to what obviously Tim Burchett, he's in cahoots with who is it? Congresswoman Luna and the other guy, I forget what the other guy's name is. But, they are kind of spearheading the whole, transparency in the UFO field. Anyway, let's take a little look at what Mr. Burchett's got.
People would riot. I mean, I was told that, it was kind of weird. I was in the tunnel, one of the tunnels, Capitol, they're public, they're open now since COVID, whatever, after COVID. And it was kind of weird. A guy walked up to me that I knew and said, Tim, he said, we really don't need to put this stuff out. And I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, people couldn't handle it. There'd be riots. And I'm like,
wow. Riots
by who? I could go to East Knoxville and have a forum on it. I could go to West Knoxville and have a forum. I could go to Loudon, Lenore City, Dandridge, wherever, Claiborne County or Granger County, you know what? People would say, I think there's something out there. I want to know the dadgum answer. I don't care their color, their socioeconomic background, or anything else.
I agree. I know we're basically already touching up on it, but with the UAP task force set up, is there a consensus that this is non-human intelligence, that these are not anything relative to this earth or created on this earth?
Among congressmen there is, I feel, but I don't believe in the intelligence community they're permitted to say that.
Interesting. I mean,
people would riot. I was told
let me
that.
just pause this.
It was,
what's annoying about this whole topic is that you've got these people who are obviously in the know, and I've got a video coming up in hopefully in the next couple of days about the UK government literally talking about alien life. Lainey sent it to me earlier. She's Matt Gaetz. Yes. Sorry, I know that's off topic, but Scott in the chat, he's just said Matt Gaetz, and that's exactly the name that I was searching for earlier. Anyway, so you've got all these people, and the thing is, right, is you've got to wonder what's more important. All right, you've got disclosure, or like a hard disclosure, for example, where you just tell everyone what's actually out there, what you know, what we know as like a human race about aliens and the government, what the government know. And then you've got like, and that leads to potentially, you know, yes, it would be mind blowing for people. No one's going to know what to do with that information. Like if the government came out tomorrow and they were like, we've got proof and here's the evidence of us, like, you know, literally with aliens, I'd be like, whoa, like this is a lot to take on, but, and you know, it opens a lot more questions, but I'm not going to riot about it. Like, who's going to riot? Like, it's crazy that this is the thought process. But by not disclosing that information, right, people are going to be like, it just leads to it opens the door for speculation. And people are going to be like, well, you're not going to tell me what I want to know. So I'm going to go and try and find as much as I can out about it. Now, the information that these people go out and find might not necessarily be true, which is then going to lead to more speculation and false narratives and false information being spread. Like, I don't know, the government has, the government's got, I don't know, for example, in Area 51, the American government has an alien locked up and they've reverse engineered its craft to create the TR-3B, right? That's my crazy hypothesis and speculation. There's no proof to back that. I've just said that. And then it becomes a game of like whispers where along the line, people go and spread that information and then it gets changed because there's no hard facts, because we're not given hard facts. But yeah, I've gone on a little rant there. So I do apologise. So Catkins makes a really good point in the chat. It's not up to a small group of people to classify reality. That's exactly it. Steve Connor, I can handle anything, especially the truth. Give me the truth and I can handle it. I will show you. Give me the truth and show me. The government has already released information stating that they retrieved a craft that materials didn't come from Earth. I've seen this, and it was it, what was that group? Oh, I made a video about it recently where it wasn't SETI, it's got loads of like big wigs in the UFO community. It's a group where they took craft and they basically made they you know, tested the materials that were left behind. What was that called? I'm gonna have to search it. I'm gonna have to, because it's gonna really bug me. Oh, who was it? Oh, for goodness sakes. UFO material examination. Right, here we go. Is it... I'm edging closer, guys. I'm edging closer. I'm telling ya, I'm getting there. Does anyone know what it's called? Hey! Hey, Sally sent a super chat. Thank you so much for the first super chat of the stream, you absolute bloody legend. Obviously, the chat's getting busy, so it's a great way for you to stand out. What have you said? Look for the Secret Vault on YouTube. He's got everything on UFOs for the last 30 odd years. Ooh. The Soul Foundation. Catkins, you are my 2IC in this stream right now. You're feeding me all the information that I don't know. The Soul Foundation. Yeah, yeah, you've got it. Right. Thank you so much again, Sally, for your super chat, you friggin' legend. So, what did Sally say to check out? She said to check out Secret Vault. The Secret Vault. Cult Vault. I'm assuming, is it this channel right here, Sally? Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I'll definitely check that out when I've got a bit more time. Right. So, don't want... Here we go. We spoke about Michael Herrera recently, actually, and he kind of exposed the TR3B in the Arrow report by accident. And that was a pretty wild incident. This is funny. Thought you guys would appreciate the UFO cloud I saw the other day, and that's pretty uncanny. You can't lie about that. That's pretty uncanny. What we got? Dr. Gary Nolan. Yes, he was the guy that basically took the materials and reverse checked it and all the rest of it. It was, if you haven't seen that, actually, in case anyone hasn't seen it, if you go to the Soul Foundation YouTube channel, here we go. So Dr. Gary Nolan's was by far the most interesting, but all the other videos, like there's literally, look, there's about 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 odd videos on all these crazy things. You got Tim Galaudit, we've obviously spoken about him in quite some depth. David Grush did some things. Obviously, we all know who David Grush is. You've got, who else? I mean, they're all very well-known people in their own right. Gary Nolan, obviously, he did the reverse engineering stuff. It was absolutely bleeding crazy. So, let's keep scrolling through. Is that Neo? The Matrix. Yeah, you could tell that was Neo. Thomas Mr. Anderson. Right. Let's see what else we've got. Apparent UFO flies over Arizona with viral video wowing social media users. Is this the video that we've already seen? The Irish Star. You know you're onto some top-notch, reliable information when you're on the Daily Star. So, apparent UFO flies over Arizona with viral video wowing social media users. Okay. How about we just see the clip? Let's have a little look. Oh, it's the one that we've seen. It's the blue lights. But for anyone that hasn't seen the clip yet, we'll play it one more time.
Yeah, no idea.
Definitely an interesting one.
Wow, look at that, it's moving. It's so weird. You can see the planes going, but the light is kind of like streaking. It's so weird. And the camera is like...
Mine's bugged now.
Yeah, the camera is not...
Dude, what the... It's like two things.
Yeah.
What?
Now you can kind
You
of
see
see.
that?
Yeah, I see it. It's so weird.
Are you watching it like in the camera? Yeah, you're just... What the fuck, dude?
What in the flying fuck?
What the fuck is that?
So that's basically the clip. It's a very, very interesting one. Now, I've seen a couple of things here. So, Michael Herrera was never involved with the TR3B. Now, Dino, interesting take right there, my man. Technically, no. But he was involved with the... he was involved in the Arrow report. that came out of the Pentagon not too long ago. And then I'm just going to find it quickly. Michael Herrera. Herrera. Here we go. It was a witness testimony. So, yeah. No, it wasn't his witness testimony. Oh, where is it? I've got it in here somewhere. But he basically described, while he was on this like off the books mission in a foreign country, this US like this, it was a, you know, it was a what do you call it? Government craft. It was like human craft because they were using it to transport stuff, but it was just like nothing he'd ever seen before. I can't find the damn thing now. Here it is. Right, I found it. So I'm going to show my screen. So, did Arrow and DOD just publicly admit that the US has a full anti-gravity craft that can silently travel 4,000 miles per hour without a sonic boom and without any air disturbance? So, this was on page 29 of the Arrow report, and they state, an interviewee who is the former US service member said that in 2009, while participating in a humanitarian and security mission in a foreign country, he encountered US Special Forces loading containers onto a large extraterrestrial craft. Now, per Michael Herrera, the craft was massive, the size of a football field. It was an octagonal shape, rotating in a clockwise motion while changing colours, and it had the platform that was on the ground, and it was separate from the craft, which was hovering. It rose off the ground a little past the trees and shot off to our left towards the ocean at around 4,000 miles per hour from a full dead stop. It did not make any sound like a sonic boom, and it didn't disturb the trees or rotor wash like a rotor wash would. So, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's not obviously confirmed that that was the TR-3B, but who knows? I feel like whenever I do these videos and live streams, I just sound like an absolute conspiracy nut. But I love it. I'm having a great time like doing this at the moment. So, and it seems like other people are enjoying it as well. Right, let's carry on. Oh, cheese crumpets. Who's ever had a cheese crumpet? Not me. Oh, this is an official NASA picture. Any idea what this gentleman is saying here? Oh, this is about the moon landing. Am I about to open up a massive can of worms with this? Anyway, we're gonna look anyway because I love opening cans of worms. So, dear moon landing believers, this is an official NASA picture. If the sun is 91 million miles away, and this man is indeed on the moon, then please explain to me how this shadow works. I will wait. Oh God. Oh God. I've just opened up a can of worms, haven't I? Oh, I'm in trouble. Uh-oh, I'm in danger. I've seen, who is it that asked? I should really have a tinfoil hat for when I do these live streams. Rachel's got a point. Jasmine's asked me to scroll up. Ben, you missed my message. But we only know what a craft looks like from TV/film. So how do we actually know what they look like? Hence my skeptic side. Interesting. I guess that's asking, if I was to put it into the paranormal kind of context, that's like asking, what does a ghost look like? Obviously, other than the accounts of people that have seen ghosts, similarly to that of those who've seen flying saucers or UFOs, we've only got, really for reference, TV and films. And they're depicted to be, you know, this silhouette of a person, or sometimes, you know, a shadowy figure or whatever. I don't know. Rachel saying it said it takes a couple of goes. What takes a couple of goes? Let's dive into some more Redditing. So, okay. My opinion, the jellyfish UAPs are most likely to be either balloons, drones, or this. Let's take a look at this. Ah, Sally sent another super chat. You absolute bloody legend. Thank you so much, Sally. My dad was also a paranormal investigator for UFOs. Ah, that's interesting. I'd love to hear more about that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Sally. You absolute friggin' hero. Right, what's this? Is this those wind-propelled things? Interesting take. Interesting take. It could be. I'm the guy with the jetpacks 100%. People saying they're getting ads, but some people saying they aren't. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if that kind of explains the jellyfish UFO incidents, but it definitely explains some stuff. Like, do you remember that that incident in Peru that happened? The Peruvian aliens, alien abduction, because a 15-year-old girl was like claimed to be abducted. Yeah, flying aliens harass villagers. Now, let's take a little look at this to refresh your memories. It's by far the craziest encounter that I've seen. But I've got a theory that, well, the theory is, not my theory, but the theory is that these things were in those jetpacks.
The alleged alien attacks began in July this year. An isolated indigenous community in rural Peru claims so. Villagers say they were being harassed by strange beings, who even tried to kidnap a 15-year-old girl from the village. Locals say they saw armored aliens that looked like the Green Goblin, you know, one of the arch enemies of the superhero Spider-Man. These so-called aliens have long heads with yellowish eyes, and they surf the wind with the help of their shoes. They rise up, then float at a height of about a meter. One of the villagers even shot what he called an alien, but the being didn't fall. It elevated further, then disappeared. Sounds shady, but just as curious, especially because of the timing. This comes just weeks after the US congressional hearings about UFOs.
Now, this whole thing was absolutely insane because the if you look at the photos, where were they? So this was one of the videos, and then you've got this photo here. Obviously, when you look at it like this, it doesn't look too dissimilar to the video that we just watched with the person with the jetpack stuff. You know, they got the gloves and they got the boots, like the gloves, boots, jetpack kind of thing. It's not too dissimilar. So it's not, you know, out of the realms of possibilities to think that this could be something along those lines. I mean, the speculation was that it was illegal gold miners. At least that's what the Peruvian government came out to say. It was illegal gold miners wanting to basically this village was on a gold mine, a literal gold mine. Yeah, the Green Goblin was what the people believed it to be. It was crazy. It was crazy. But the villagers truly believed they were being abducted by aliens.
You don't sound...
I wish I'd stopped getting ads. So, yeah, it's a hot take. in Peru, they were supposed to be a lot taller than people thought. Interesting. See you later, Haley. Thanks for stopping by. Let's keep taking looks. In 2008, a woman who had been missing for 24 years was discovered to be locked up against her will. And oh, that's not alien related. That's just horrifically related. Oh, man. I'm the man that came face to face with an alien movie. I wish I had more time for that. We've seen this clip. I made a video about it yesterday, but for anyone that hasn't seen it, we'll check it out. It's the Oklahoma UFO. And this was on, I think this was the local Oklahoma news station.
Did you see it? A mysterious object seen in the western Oklahoma City skies.
Maybe you saw this video going around on TikTok. Well, it came from the southwest area of Oklahoma City.
All day, News 4's Caitlin Ogle's been trying to track down where it came from.
Faster than that. What is that?
March 4th at 7:29 p.m., Steve Aragona outside with his kids.
Everybody was playing out front, and my neighbor Kevin goes, "Hey Steve, take a look at this." And we look up and this white thing appeared in the sky. Everybody had their opinions on what it was.
Not a shooting star.
No, it's moving too slow for a shooting star. Oh, wow.
That's a UFO.
Look, it's separating from itself.
Now, this is the part that really threw me, like completely threw me, was when this whole like halo type thing just completely separated from it. No idea what that was about.
No, those are sound waves.
Like Steve, we wanted to know what it was. Yes! So we caught up with OU aerospace professor Ken Carson. He was bowling with his senior league.
It looked like a normal ascent of a rocket with a booster separation staging. It's a new blast, if you will, of oxidized propellant.
Now, who's going to this guy for advice and asking what's going on? Like, this dude, his job is to cover things like this up. He's not going to tell you the truth. He's not going to go, yeah, that UFO. Yeah, I knew about that ages ago. No, he's not going to do that. No.
Coming off the separation of that first stage.
On March 4th, SpaceX had a launch from Cape Canaveral. That was at 6:56 Eastern Time, 5:56 Oklahoma time. Steve saw this at 7:29.
Right now, we're facing west. You can see it here on my compass. And we're told the object was seen over there, just over those roofs. Now, I know what you're thinking. This was probably from SpaceX in Florida. But if that was the case, they would have seen it over here in the east.
Wayne Harris Wyrick is a local astronomer.
If you look very carefully at that, there's kind of like two bright spots.
He has his own theories.
I looked at all the launches from SpaceX and other publicly announced launches. My best guess is Vandenberg Air Force Base launched some sort of secret military flight to do whatever it is they do in orbit.
That's in California. We called, but a public affairs representative told us the timing of their launches also don't add up. Until we find out more, experts say keep looking up.
So, Del Boy is saying, to be fair, he's spot on. It does look like that. But does that really kind of account for that? And also, let's not forget that they did do the background research checks. And there were no rocket launches at this point. Now, you know, I'm not trying to, like, start fights here, Del Boy, but put them up. Like, let's have a discussion about this. Let's talk about this, because I don't know. I just don't see it. Hello, Leela. How are ya? I just personally just don't see it, but that's me. Right. Space Force, interesting. A missile strike. Interesting indeed. I mean, I think we probably would have heard of it, to be fair, if it was a missile strike. Sorry, I just saw a video with Travis Kelce on my feed, and it was like E.T., and I was like, oh, this is Travis Kelce seen a UFO, but no, he was on, you know, the channel E.T., so That's disappointing. Because I would loved it if, imagine if him and Taylor Swift were aliens, or something crazy like that. I don't know. I've got an interesting video here actually. Swamp gas or a weather balloon? Honestly, interesting. Military launches are not advertised. No, but I think the reports on the news station did go to the military base and say, "Did you launch anything?" And they denied it and they said no. Hello, Kyle. How are ya? Shout out to Kyle in the chat. Right. Let me just share my screen. Now, this one's an interesting one. So this is in China. So during a magnitude 5.9 earthquake, this happened. So take a little look at this. So we got this, like, obviously the earthquakes happened. It's just happened. And then afterwards, this red thing in the sky, and then all of these white lights just kind of go to it. Any thoughts? Because this one's had me stumped for weeks. I just can't. I've thought, could it be stadium lights? You know, if the earthquakes happened over a stadium or like around a stadium, and the stadium's obviously not aware of it, the lights are still going to be going on, because the last thing that they're going to do is just turn off the lights. So I don't really know. Chinese drones? Maybe, but if an earthquake's just happened, why would there be drones up in the sky unless it's 5.9? That's pretty ropey on the magnitude, isn't it? On the scale. Their blue lights like that turned out as put blue lasers on the roof of a train. Ben, what got you into the UFO/UAP topic? Well, it's an interesting one actually. So, I've always had an interest in UFOs and UAPs and, of the like. I've always kind of like not gone hard at like trying to look at it. But I've always like found it interesting, and I've always like wondered what's out there. Even like when I was younger, like I used to watch like Nuke's Top 5 for the ghost stuff, but then I used to watch like Top 5s for the alien videos and stuff like that. And then when the Miami Mall stuff kicked off, hi Tammy, how are ya? When the Miami Mall stuff kicked off, I was like invested in that because I was like looking at it, and I decided to make a video on YouTube about it. People really liked it, and it was just like, okay, well, let's just keep making content about UFOs and aliens, and people like just kept coming back and kept watching. So hang on, I've just seen Del Boy. You're welcome, Ben. Go on, you can say it. I'm not going to say that you're right, but yeah. Where was I? Yeah, I've just always found it interesting, and then when the opportunity came up and it was working on YouTube, I was like, this is perfect. It marries up two perfect things for me, and I'm building a little community of like-minded people who enjoy the UFO stuff, and I thought, why not? And and it seems like a lot of other people kind of hopped over to UFO stuff as well. Like you've got Casper Site, who's all over it now. Yeah, Del Boy said, how many times have I said to do the alien thing? He's told me for literally years. Like even when we first started, Del Boy's been about. And he said, like parkour was always one thing that he said, but he also said, venture into aliens. And we did make a video when the whole David Grush thing came about. But we never kind of took it too seriously. We always just kind of went back to the paranormal. But now it's just like the UFO stuff is just what people are here for. So, you know, marry up the two things and here we are, you know? Makes total sense to do it that way. But yeah, I mean, I also try to venture into other little things. Hey! Shout out to Ebony McKickass! What a name! Ebony McKickass, who's became a member. Look at you. Also, the memberships, that's a good point actually, while we're here. We're going to be revamping the memberships in a huge way. So we're going to do live streams like this, right? But members are going to be able to get involved with the live streams. We're going to have like, you know, so where I'm kind of like I don't know, sat here talking to you now, showing UFO clips. The plan is to have you guys on like a Discord call or I don't know, something like that, and then we like have you on and we discuss things, and then we have these conversations, but like in person, I guess, like, you know, virtually in person, but in person. What's your future from this now? I don't know. Sole bad guy, I don't know. Just kind of see where it takes me. I mean, like I say, the UFO stuff is probably always going to be what we do, because, you know, it's just what people absolutely love. I mean, literally, you can look at the videos. Like, people don't particularly care for anything but UFOs on our channel, because I uploaded a video about AI today, and it's not performed as well. And it's not about the performance at all, but obviously, you know, I'm only going to post the things that people want to see. So if you're not interested in it, I'm just not going to post about it. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I'm here for the USP soft disclosure news and videos. By the way, Ross Coulthart is a boss. Yes, he is. Ross Coulthart is he's just my guy. Like, we need to protect that man at all costs. Also, the paranormal field isn't just about ghosts. It covers way more. It absolutely does. You know, you've got Bigfoot. You've got... what else you got in that field? Yetis. I guess they're probably this one and the same. But, you know, things like that. Dominus Noctis. Hello, how are you? The big thing do UFO Tuesdays now. And they're normally a film review channel. I've seen this. The big thing. I've seen this. This is Christian Harloff, right? Is it Christian Harloff? Because that guy, I would love to have a chat with him at some point, because he does UAP Tuesdays. Yeah, and he's got his own like he's got like a daily, in case you didn't know, channel where he uploads daily videos, obviously, about UFOs. Where is it? I'm subscribed to it, I think. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, Down to Earth with Christian Harloff, UFB News Daily. Has Ben got a crush? I've got yes. Yes. I have to say, I find the Miami Mall incident intriguing, because they haven't released the body cam or CCTV footage from that night. No, they haven't. And they're still yet to do that. I don't know what's taken them so long. Yes, they also have I've just said Wookiee, yeah, you're right. So they have got a dedicated UAP channel, and it's really interesting. Really, really interesting. I've got a question for you guys, though. What's your thoughts on this whole, like, eclipse thing that's coming on the 8th? Like, people have speculated that this eclipse that's going to be happening is going to be, like... I mean, obviously it's just an eclipse, but there's speculation that it's going to be more than just an eclipse. So I'd love to hear what you guys have got to say about that. Legends, myths, ghosts, UFO, old folks' tales. The paranormal field is so huge, so much content. There's also a chance to educate an audience. There's some content, so sign up, people. Absolutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. Abso-bloody-lutely. Right, I've just realised the time. 9:10 for me in the UK anyway, so that's... What's that? In America, people are like 5 hours behind us. And 5 and 6 hours behind. So, what's that? About 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Interesting. Right. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. Hope that you have enjoyed the stream. Obviously, a bit more of an interactive one, trying to get hands-on with UFO stuff. But I hope that you guys have gone on to enjoy. If you have, you know what you need to do. Jump scare the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. I'll speak to you later. Peace.